Hello and welcome to my portfolio for the Creative Arts Assessment 2. My name is Amy and I will be taking you through my journey of learning 3 different art forms, those being visual arts, music, specifically the keyboard, and dance. First, I'll take you through my journey through painting. So first, I'll just take you through my prior experiences to completing this assessment. As for my prior experiences, I never really drew or painted. So as you'll be able to see in a few seconds, I need to start with the bare basics. Still, painting was very, very challenging for me, especially painting in between the lines. So I definitely feel like I have a low confidence in visual arts. This is also an idea that is shared amongst a lot of pre-service teachers. Bal writes that visual arts confidence is at an all-time low for pre-service teachers, which I was very surprised with because I thought that I was one of the only ones. So it is very comforting seeing that there are a lot of people who also aren't very comfortable teaching this subject. Next, I'll just go through what I use to help facilitate my learning in drawing and painting in the visual arts. So as seen on the screen there, I used a Fundamentals of Drawing book, which showed me the basic shapes, and I also used YouTube. This was very, very helpful to me. As we can see here, my drawing skills very, very limited. Next up was the painting, which was something that I was very, very, very nervous to do. As we can see here, I did paint it. Oh, let's see how many times the paint actually picks up on itself because I didn't let it dry. I picked this next painting because it was a little more advanced, where I had to blend colours and be very, very critical on where I placed the colours and what colours I chose. I thought that I was quite successful in this, and I would paint again because I have now found that I can actually paint, which was surprising to me, and I'll just show you my progress shots as well. Next, I'll take you through my music journey, and I picked the keyboard. So in this, I also wasn't very confident because I haven't actually touched a keyboard since I was in Year 7, and it was a long, long time ago. And even when I was using the keyboard in high school, I wasn't really making an effort to make music. I was mostly just playing around with my friends. So through researching, I also found that pre-service teachers have a very low experience with music, which again, I was very surprised with because I did think a lot of people had that experience. So it was very comforting to know, again, that I wasn't one of the only ones who didn't have any kind of experience. So I definitely found this process very, very challenging for me. It took me a very, very long time to know the keys and how to actually play and how to memorize without having to directly read. When doing the keyboard, I used YouTube quite a lot so I could see the notes coming up on screen in front of me. In these pictures, I did label the keyboard so it was a little bit easier for me. This little snippet is just me playing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and as we can see, I'm fixated on the phone and my hand placement. It was very difficult to know where my hand should be placed when I am looking directly in front of me instead of at my hands. By the end of my 5 hours, I was able to play the first 18 seconds of Young, Dumb and Broke, and I was very, very proud of myself because I had never actually been able to learn the keyboard before. My final one is about dance. I'm just going to give you a little bit of my prior knowledge. I am still in dance to this day, so I definitely felt very confident in this part of the assessment and in teaching dance. I have always been in dance, and I've always been doing some kind of dance group, and so I, again, was very confident. However, I was very surprised that in an article by Rena and colleagues that teachers were able to teach dance and they felt confident in teaching dance, but they weren't very sure on how often to teach dance, which I was very surprised because I would be teaching it. I'm confident teaching it and I would teach it very often. Just as a little intro to physical culture, which is the dance that I did in my video, it has been around for a while and it just focuses on key positions and moving through different styles. In this video, you can see that I am learning it to the counts, which I found very easy, which is something that I might implement in my classroom. And then these next two clips are going to take the music and being able to perfect the way that I'm doing it because now I know it. Through learning a fizzy dance, this one specifically is called Relax, I did again find that breaking down to counts was a lot easier, and I've also found this through when I was teaching my own students fizzy, because as a side I do also teach. As we can see there, I actually can't jump. I've never been able to jump. A little bit of a fun fact about me. You'll see that again soon, which is a little embarrassing. And funnily enough, I love doing fizzy, but it felt really awkward to record me doing it. Finally, I'll just wrap up the literature that I found. So, Alta and colleagues found that pre-service teachers feel underprepared for teaching the art subject, which is something that I also found as I felt underprepared in the first two segments. And then Dehan and colleagues also share this same opinion about participation and preparedness for pre-service teachers and why it's important to feel prepared. Additionally, I would just like to state that 2.6 and 6.3 of the teaching standards I felt that I hit as I consulted my colleagues and used ICT. And thank you so much.